Whispers beneath Willow Creek. The rusted sign for Willow Creek hung crookedly off one hinge, swaying gently in the breeze like a forgotten warning. Mia Barnes stared at it from behind the wheel of her car, a chill crawling up her spine that had nothing to do with the October air. It had been 12 years since she had left this place, 12 years since her parents died in that fire. Now, with her aunt gone and the old family house left to her, Mia had no choice but to return, at least long enough to sort the paperwork and sell the property. She rolled into the driveway, grieving, crunching under her tires. The two-story house loomed ahead, its wooden slates weather-worn and once crawling up the slides like nature was trying to swallow it whole. Mia shut off the engine and stepped out. The air was thick, heavy, and almost watching. The key turned with effort as she opened the door. The scent of dust and ash greeted her like a ghost embrace. She didn't plan to stay more than a week. She should have known better. The first night was uneventful, if you didn't count the scratching sounds in the walls. Rats, Mia muttered, wrapping herself in an old quilt she found in the linen closet. The power had cut out sometime after midnight, so she lit a candle and curled up on the couch in the living room. She had fallen asleep to the soft patter of rain. Then came the whispers. At first she thought it was the wind, and then the words began to form. Help me. Mia sat bolt upright. The room was still. The candle flickered low. Hello? She said. No answer. She held her breath, listening. Nothing. In the morning she convinced herself that it had been a dream. It lasted until she found the message scrawled on the bathroom mirror. You came back. By the third day, Mia had stopped pretending it was her imagination. Every night, the whispers grew clearer, louder. She started recording them on her phone, hoping to catch something. Most of it was unintelligible. But one night she heard a name, Daniel. Daniel had been her younger brother. He died in the fire too, or she was told, but his body was never found. The attic had always been locked. Her aunt claimed it was just for storage. Now the door stood slightly ajar. Inside, she found dust-covered boxes, old toys, and a journal. It was her mother's, March 12th. Something is wrong with Daniel. He talks to someone who isn't there. Says the house is angry. April 3rd, he disappeared for an hour. When he came back, he said the man at the wall showed him a secret place. The fire entry was dated the night of the fire. I hear them in the walls too. If we burn it, maybe we can stop it too. Stop it. Mia tore up the floorboards in Daniel's room. Something about the space felt hollow. She found it. A hidden passage beneath the floor. A narrow tunnel led downward, carved through soil and stone. She brought a flashlight, but it was barely cut with darkness. The walls were covered in symbols, scratches, carvings, warnings, and at the end of the passage was a wooden door, rotted and scorched. She pushed it open. Inside a small room, no longer than a closet, a child's drawings covered the walls. Crayon sketches of monsters, flames, and something with eyes that stretched too wide. In the center, a toy car, Daniel's favorite, and bones, small, human. Mia dropped to her knees, tears face, streaming down her face. Daniel, when the door slammed shut behind her. She wasn't alone. A shape moved in the corner. Not a man, not an animal. Something wrong. Crept toward her, limbs too long, head tilting as if curious. You kept me waiting, it hissed. Mia backed into the wall, heart pounding. The thing moved like a shadow given weight, its voice a thousand whispers layered on top of each other. You were supposed to burn too. Mia gripped Daniel's toy car and without thinking hurled it at the thing. It shrieked, a sound like metal tearing, a child screaming and recoiled. Then she remembered the channel. If we burn it. Mia escaped the hidden room until her lungs burned. She gathered every flammable thing she could find, curtains, books, or furniture. In the basement, she found the gas lamp. She had never been so terrified, so certain of she had to do. She doused the place. Then she stood in the center of the house, holding Daniel's dog Kyle. Lit a match. I'm sorry, she whispered. The flames caught quickly, and then everything screamed. The walls rapped, the windows shattered inward, and 1,000 whispers erupted into a single wailing voice. But as the fire consumed the house, Mia stumbled outside, coughing, choking on smoke, but alive. And behind her, something howled as it died. Mia stood at the edge of the ashes, watching the sunrise bleed through the morning mist. She didn't look back. Later, when the fire department came, they found no remains, no bones, no hidden rooms, just scorched earth and the twisted shell of a house. Mia never returned to Willow Creek, but years later she heard from a local that the willow tree out front had begun to bloom again, and every spring small white flowers appeared at the base like tiny hands reaching up towards the sky. She smiled. The end was at peace. The house was gone, and the whispers had finally fallen silent.